Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Thanks for tuning in. Today we're going to be swapping out the factory fog lights with the upgrade kit from the guys at Z1 Off-Road. So basically what they've made are brackets like this. Now there is a left and a right. You can see this one has an angle on the left-hand side. That is going to be your angle on the driver's side. If you look at the other one, they're just a mirror of each other. So this one's got the angle going the other way because when you come to the passenger side, you have the angle slanted the other way. So they're pretty hard to screw up. You can't put them in the wrong way. They're just cambered one direction, you can see. So this is a direct replacement for how the fog lights bolt in inside. It is easier to take the tire off. It gives yourself a little more room, but you don't have to do that. So it's less tools you need. I'm gonna do it with the tires on the truck, with the truck on the ground. So you can see for yourself, you can do this as well. And then what else you get with this kit? Obviously your two brackets, you're gonna need lighting. You need 4 pod lights. They do sell different kits. These are the Limelight pods. I got the amber version. There's a couple, I believe Diode Dynamics and Morimoto are the other kits that they sell directly from Z1 on the website. Prices vary depending on what style of light you want and what brand, because lighting is all different priced depending on quality and name brand and stuff like that. So basically our LimeWire lights look like this. They look a little green because I haven't peeled the protective coating off yet, but once we get it on the truck and everything's set, you'll see just how these things work. Then the nicest part of this entire kit is this little guy that they have come up with for this install. Now you get 2 pods per bracket. So these 2 connectors will plug into the connector right here on the other end of your light of your choosing. But this side connects directly into where the harness connects into the stock lights. So yes, when this is all installed, you don't need any fancy switches. You don't need a switch panel. All you need is your truck. It'll all work off the factory location on the truck. So super simple. There's no wiring involved. It's all plug and play. You just take out a couple screws to get to these, a couple screws to get the factory fog lights off. You reuse all the hardware off those to put these back on, and then you're good to go. So again, you're gonna need 4 lights, and it is of your choosing because you can see here, you got a bunch of different slots and they're angled sideways. So you can pick and choose left to right and in and out how far or how close together you want these lights to sit. And I'll show you how I'm going to do mine here in a second. I'll set one of these up and show you my idea anyways of how I want it to look. But for you guys who may be using a different brand of lights, you have a ton of options to play back and forth to wiggle these things and make them work exactly where you want them to. And then hardware wise, for the lights, you get a little pack like this, and this is how you're going to set it up. You have your bracket. There's a hole in your light on the bottom there. The long bolt goes through with the lock nut. Tighten it down. You want it snug enough that it's not going to be bouncing around by itself, but you want it loose enough that you can still push these with a little bit of force up and down so you can get your angle up and down how you want them. And then of course, before you put that on, make sure you drop the bigger bolt in. If you look, it has a square head on the top there, so it drops and locks itself in so you can snug down the bottom without needing to get a wrench in there as well. And then that will drop through the bracket. And then on the other end, you have a washer and a lock nut. And same idea, you want to get them snug enough that they're not going to move on their own, but you want to be able to twist these left and right as well. So you can adjust your up and down and left and right angles once it's on the truck. Go out somewhere in the dark and you can adjust these perfectly to where you want them to sit. All right, now easiest way to get the liner out of your way, because for as thin and flimsy as these liners are, they're a pain in the butt to remove. So you don't want to have to drop it right out, but what you're going to have to do is you have 2 Phillips head screws here. You have 3, same idea on this side. Take those 3 and these 2 out. Pull here, just with a little bit of force, this will let go. It's just push clip behind. And then you have a little push clip on the bottom, 1 near the back, 1 up top, and 2 more on that side. So 5 altogether. Because mine is a little bit cut down here because I have the CBI bumper on the front, if you haven't cut your truck and it's stock still, you're going to have a little piece of this that goes under the truck with a couple more push pins and a couple more screws. So idea-wise is the same thing. You're just gonna have a couple more underneath. Then get a hold of it somewhere and just push down and out. So you can tuck it behind the wheel like that. That way you don't have to remove the whole thing, because like I said, it can be quite the pain in the butt. And then if you come and look in here now, you can see that screw up there. You got 3 Phillips, that's what you're looking for. And then your wiring harness is right here. You're gonna disconnect the harness. You got your 3 Phillips screws, and then you can work the factory light out right here, and you can start putting the Z1 brackets with your pod lights back inside. All right, so we got the Z1 in. I'm gonna show you the trick to get these out. This is your harness. Basically, you have the little clip here, and you just push it up, just like that. You can see it flexes, and then you pull, and it'll come out of the light. Now, if you look underneath, kind of right there, you have 1 screw. Your other one will be in that hole once I put it back in. And then the other one is on the far side. You kind of have to reach up under and feel for that one. And that one is up in the top left corner of the light. Just follow your hand across, they're in the same line. And then to get this out, because it's gonna be sitting up there like that, you kind of have to, once you have it disconnected, pull it away, flip it upside down, and then turn it like this, and it has to come out. You kind of got to twist and find the sweet spot, because it's gonna come out the big area right here. Reason being, it might not be like this if you have the stock bumper, but because mine's steel, there's no way to move anything down there. There's no flex in it. So you kind of got to twist it and kind of pull it out like that. And then same with putting the other one back in. Once you have your lights on there, just push them back up in there and it should work fine. And then you can see, if I get it to focus for you, you have your bolt there, so you can adjust where you want your lights after. Right now, I have mine sitting just flush like that. You can see they've got to be pointed down a little bit, but that's going to be a lot easier to mess with once it's dark. One thing to take note, build them like this so they're flush. When you get on, you can see the lights are pointed way the wrong way. So obviously you want them facing a little forward. This is pointing straight out to the side. But reason you want to build them like this is when you're trying to get it back in there, you have limited space. So if you point these the right way, they might stick out an inch or so, and then that's going to make this an inch wider. So build it like this so it's all solid enough to be put in there and not jumbling around on you. But then once you get it in, you put your 3 bolts back to tighten it down, and then you're going to look like this. And then you can adjust and point them in roughly the right area. You're going to have to ballpark it at first, but what you're aiming for on here when you put them on is the second slot on each side. And then when you move it up to the top, it's going to move further out. Same with that one. And then you can adjust them left to right and kind of eyeball it at first. And like I said, you can adjust them as you go once the sun goes down. All right, so now that you got your screws tightened down, you can see one there. Maybe you can see one back there. And again, your other one's up top. You have to make sure you plug your lights in. Now, obviously, this side will plug straight into here. On that side, you just push until you hear a click, and then you have your 2 harnesses. And as you can see, it's got the rubber gasket on here, so it's going to keep all the water and the gunk out. And again, you want to make sure you push these all the way in until you click, and you cannot pull them apart anymore. If you need to get them out one day, this side is the opposite. You push it down and it's going to release. Just like that, you can pull them out. But make sure you push it all the way in so that that gasket seals. And then obviously there's only a one way in, one way out. The holes are lopsided further from one end to the other. And then you have your little space here. It only fits one way. So push them in till it clicks. Zap strap it all up out of the way. It does come with the zap straps itself, and then you're done. All right, so now that I got it all bolted down and in place, a couple things. You can see this one I've got pretty much pointed straight. The second one I have pointed out to the outside of the vehicle. That way we're gonna get the most, I think, in theory anyways, the most coverage when these things are on. Another thing to take note of is when you go to plug them in, and I actually did this myself, there's a left and a right to this. You can see positive, negative. I put it the other way around, so test it when you plug them in. If the lights don't turn on, come here, pull this thing up, unplug it, flip this thing, plug it back in the other way, and they're gonna work. So there is a left and a right to it. I had it backwards. If you plug it in, it's not gonna wreck anything, it's just not gonna turn on. So now we can get our zip tie, just tie this up nice up there somewhere out of the way. We're gonna get the fender liner back in place, do the same on the passenger side, and then we're done with the install. That's how easy it is to do all this. All right, we'll give you a little look, stock versus the Limelight pods. So there you go. You can see by the way the camera picks up the light, I got this one pointed pretty much straight, where this one, you won't pick it up until it's over here. So it's shining out more that way. I know it's hard to tell in the daylight, but one's shining on the garbage can and one is shining more over on the cabinet and the chair here. So you're gonna have a whole bunch of spread once this is done. Whereas this one, it's still pretty bright for a stock light, but again, you can't really even tell it's on. It shines a little bit on the can here, but you'll see a lot better once the sun goes down. But that'll give you a little idea of just the difference in brightness on these things. All right, so on to the passenger side. I'm gonna show you just how I got this thing out. So obviously wiring harness is done. Your 3 screws are out. This does have little pegs, so you can take the 3 screws out and it's gonna sit there. But now you can see, you pull it and it's gonna let go. Then you're just gonna wiggle it back and forth. Now mine, I'm gonna have to go to the other side because I have the winch and stuff and all the cables for it are right there. So I'm gonna have to reach around and get that other side to go down. And then what I ended up doing, because you can see it's out now, I don't want to drop it, I actually brought my hand through the insert like so, because this side, the top corner, gets stuck up behind there where it kind of screws into the bumper. So you got to kind of wiggle it like this on that side and pull down at the same time, and it'll pop, and then hopefully it'll stay there if I let go for a second. Now you can just come down here and she's out just like that. And right now, once you're all done, you obviously have to have the ignition at least in accessory mode so it will turn on. But now when you use your fog lights down here on the stock, you can see, obviously it's kind of dark out, but you can see the reflection on the post over there and on the garbage can here. It's all controlled just as if it was your stock lighting still. So super simple to use, plug and play. The hardest part is getting that fender liner out of your way to get in there to remove the old fog lights. But once the old ones are out, you gain a little bit of space with the new bracket and you can put them in and everything's good to go. All right, there you go. Everything's installed. Same thing. I do have to adjust them a little bit. You can see that one's pointing a little further out than the other side, but I'm probably gonna have to adjust all 4 once I get this thing out in the dark. So I'm not gonna mess with them too much right now, but install wise, pretty simple. It's a little bit of a pain to get someone or to get at the bolt. Mostly the top on the passenger side, that top one can be quite a bit of a pain to get at. The other 2, not so bad. But as you can see, once it's on there, they look pretty sweet. They're nice and bright. So all that's left now is to wait for the sun to go down and see how these things shine in the night. All right, so we're out here. I've got them adjusted how I think I'm gonna keep them. The center one on both sides is pretty much facing completely straight. And then this one on the outside is slanted just slightly out each way. Reason being, if you put them both straight, it's almost too much. You can't need all the light there. So by having it sideways, if you're on a highway or something, you'll see this when I turn it on, instead of just lighting up here, it lights it up way the heck out there. So if you're using these as fog lights, you're gonna see that. So let's hop in and turn them on and I'll show you how they work. Bright lights on this truck are also pretty insane, but you can definitely tell the difference when I flick the fog lights on now. just how much brighter it actually is. If you look down there, it gets all the way down to your wheel. I have a little dark kind of triangle in the front of mine. Reason that is because it picks up the bull bar. So the bull bar on the grill or on the front steel bumper actually blocks the light. But other than that, they go a little like way further than the headlights do. And then obviously it's lit up way on each side and way down the road. So these things, if you're using them as fog lights, 100% they're going to be awesome. And in any dust or night driving, because this is a pitch black road, if you're driving on any dirt roads or anything like that during the night, if you don't have ditch lights like I have, these are more than enough to make up for those. But again, pretty crazy just how bright these little pods are. And keep in mind, these are the cheap ones. If you get the more expensive ones, you're going to get even more of a bright, crisp look. Alright, so there you go. One more look just at the headlights, and with the brackets with the limelight pods installed, boom. All of a sudden it opens up the whole forest that's beside us here that you don't even realize is there. So if you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe. Hopefully we catch you in another one, and stay tuned because I do have something else on order for the truck right now that's going to be going on hopefully in the next couple of weeks. So stay tuned for that. It kind of goes along with these lights, but you'll have to wait and see for that video. So again, like and subscribe. Thanks for watching this one, and we will catch you in the next one.